Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I go by Rachel Ray on the internet, and today I'm going to share with you all cross stitch on this Flosstube episode. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stumbling in. This is my crafty channel where I share stuff that I do. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am blown away by how many people are now following me on my journey. I guess it's a journal of sorts. And yeah, just I get overwhelmed by it sometimes. So I'm a person with anxiety. Welcome. Anyway, as you know, this is the month of May, and in May, the Stitchy community kind of goes crazy and starts a whole bunch of new stuff. Well, this year I decided that I wasn't going to do that because I did that last time and I haven't finished a lot of things that I started. So I got out my calendar and I have been working on the new projects that I started last year on the date that I started them. So hopefully I'll be able to get some progress on them and maybe rekindle the fire of whether I want to continue on that project or maybe give it up for adoption. That's a thing that you can do. Seriously, look it up on Facebook. It's crazy. But I'm excited to share with you all the things that I did this week because I got a lot done. And it's kind of a manic sort of month because you're doing so much, and it's very unlike me to like change projects every day. It's just a lot, you know? It's very much not what I normally do. I do work on several different projects at the time, but I find that I get stuck into one and I don't want to give it up for a few days. And with this kind of challenge, it can be a little bit distressing. But anyway, I'm gonna get my coffee. If you don't know, this is my John Valentine and Charlie Waters mug, and I have their name. Yes, aprairiepotter.com if you want to get a mug with your pet's face on it. This is my dog Luna. She's out in the hallway right now because life is happening in the other rooms of this house. So if you happen to hear like random strange noises, it's probably my husband or a podcast or my dog. That happens too. Let's start first with a WIP that I am retiring. This is the Woodland Creatures Sal by, who's this by? 4 Boys and an NL Girl. This camera is going to be like this today, isn't it? There we go. So this was a four-part stitch along by 4 Boys and an NL Girl, the designer. She's on Etsy. And I got this first part finished, and it's beautiful fabric. But I just didn't pick up the steam with it last year, and I found it while I was going through all my flosses. I was doing some organization with my floss, and I said, you know what, actually, I think I'm just going to stop here because this is beautiful. It's so cute, but it's just not, I don't want to pick it up again. So, lovely stitch. Go to Etsy, buy a version of it if you like, but that's where I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to just cut it out and I'm going to make a journal. I have one right in here in my cubby that was sent to me by someone very kind. I'm going to change my camera back so that I don't look like I'm in a cave or something. And that's a little better. Sorry about that. Lots of camera editing today. I live in Ireland. That should be like the subtext of my channel. The lighting sucks because it's like full sun, total clouds. Suddenly it's raining and hailing. Spring in Ireland. It's supposed to be like in the single digits Celsius again this week and raining all week. So just getting prepared for that. Anyway, this was so super cute. Love it. The fabric is 32 count helix. I think it's either 32, no, it's 32. 32 count helix by Picture This Plus, which is a beautiful pale blue opalescent. And so, yeah, I'm declaring this finished so that I can repurpose the fabric and have a finish for my journal. Because, oh, I forgot to show you this. I got this in Michael's, I think. This is like 100% remnants of undetermined fiber content. That's what the tag says. And it's got all these beautiful trims, right? So I saw this one and I immediately was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that look cool with like llamas or something, you know? Like it just looks very Peruvian to me. There's cord, there's glittery stuff. You know, it's beautiful. So I bought this and I think it was on sale at the time. It says it has 50 pieces. I have no idea how much I paid for it, but that's my dog. But this is what I got, and I'm planning on using this in my journal. I probably won't use all of the colors like that, but you know, it's fun. So let me just pause for a moment and see what's going on over there. Right. Okay. So let's see. What did I do? Oh yes, last weekend I filmed my Flosstube in anticipation of the Up All Night Stitching event, which was amazing. It was really fun. So the Black Needle Society is a company of ladies who, like, they make these specific boxes that are curated for a retreat. So these are their special edition boxes. And I picked up the one called Up All Night Stitching, and I think that I paid for it in like November. And so they take those few months to make sure that they curate all these beautiful things for the box. And then when the time comes, the box is shipped to you, and that following weekend, usually, you get to participate in a retreat, a virtual retreat. And so basically, you go into this Facebook group, and then in the group, they create events with specific times. And then you go into the Facebook room, which is basically like a lobby or a lounge, online lounge, like we used to do back in the day. And you just like Zoom or chit chat like with each other. You don't have to have your camera on, you know, you don't have to have your microphone on. You could just be there if you want to be. But it's a great opportunity to just talk to people, especially right now when we can't really socialize very well with COVID and all that. So it was amazing. And before it started, I worked on several projects. These are not Stitch Mania related at all. So the first one that I pulled out that I work on, this is my 25/7 piece, 25 stitches, 7 days a week, is my Grimm's Fairy Tales. I don't think I've made much progress because I kind of dropped this week thanks to Mania. But I'm working on the tower here. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I love the way that the colors are jumping off of this fabric. Barbarelle Creations olive oil in 16 count Aida. And I did the gridding method, which you can find on my channel. I like to grid when there's a lot of empty spaces between motifs because I'm still a very new stitcher. I only started stitching at the end of 2019. So I'm learning. And I have like a spatial issue. I'll tell you more about that when we get to the Dark Queen of the Seas. And this is in a Love You More bag. This is, you know, it's actually for books, but it works really well for cross stitches too. And I think this is Wingardium Leviosa in the full size, not the standard. So I did work on that a little bit. And then another Love You More bag. I was watching Good Lord Bird. Oh my gosh, that show is fantastic. Please watch it. Good Lord Bird. I think it's on Showtime in the States. For me, it's on Now TV in Ireland. So I'm doing this project called Stitch Sisterhood, which is two ladies' hands clasped together, the pinky promise. And I really like it. I really like this project. This is by, who is this by? Stitch Sisterhood. It's on Etsy. I grabbed a piece of my Crafty Kitten fabric in Vintage Violets. This is also a 16 count Aida. And I filled in her hand completely right here. And I also did the highlights in this hand. So all the rest of this is just filling in with one color. And then I need to do the little blue sparkles around the side, and then I get to the banner. So this is coming along quite nicely. It's a lot more stitching than it looks like. It might be small, but it's full of stitching. So that is fun, and I'm glad that I got some progress on that. If you're looking for any of the projects that I talk about, by the way, in these videos, I do have some links down below that you can check out. I have the link haven, which is where you can find all the, links to all the stuff that I buy. Like when I mentioned that this is, picture this plus in Helix, Barbarall Creations, etc. All of those links are there. And then I also have a WIP list, which is a dedicated, I don't know what you would call it, like an encyclopedia of all of the projects that I'm doing and all about them. So the stitch count and all that stuff. Well, not the stitch count, sorry. The fabric, the type of count it is, and if I'm making any changes to it. FYI. Okay. So we did those, and then it was too late for me to join on Friday night. The retreat started at midnight my time Saturday morning. And then it was going through to midnight Sunday morning, right? You get me? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the welcome ceremony, then I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to wake up and I'm going to join in. And when I went to join in, I started on my Mania project. This is so loud, y'all. I'm really sorry. Okay, sorry. The crinkle is real with this project. I need to get a new bag for it. It's my Dimensions Baby Drawers quilt. See if I can turn it so that the glare isn't too bad. And it's so cute. My goal was to finish the light brown bear in the upper right corner. And I managed to get a few prompts done with it as well. But unfortunately, I could not finish the bear. But I did get a lot done. This project, hang on, where am I? There we go. This project can be a bear because this is quilting fabric. So pushing the needle through this fabric can be very difficult and take a lot of time. And I did this in, I think, 2 sessions during that day. And unfortunately, I had to stop. So I did as much as I could. And these are the backstitch colors. And I just decided to park them there because I don't mind parking. Parking is where you take your threads and you leave them in the next stitch, like the start of the next stitch. I love it. I love parking. So you'll probably see loose strands on some of my projects going forward. But that was Saturday. So I spent all day Saturday working on that one Stitch Mania project. And I got quite a bit done. So if you want to see the befores and afters, I have those on my Instagram account, which is down below. Because I promised everybody that I would do the before picture and then my afters once I, complete it for that day. Because I'm only working on these for one day. Then Sunday, I have a lot of stitching here, y'all. Sunday, yes. Sunday is brunch day, like family brunch day. It's a new thing that we picked up because of COVID. We're only allowed to see one other household. I think we're allowed to, starting Monday, we're allowed to have 3 different households together outside. But right now we can only visit with one family household regularly inside. Excuse me. So this was the project that I took to Sunday brunch, meaning I didn't get a lot done on it. And I realized that I don't really like it that much. This is called, what is it called? This is called Cherry Blossom by Natalie Stitches. Unfortunately, Natalie Stitches, aka That Floss Boss on Instagram, that account is now defunct. There is no more content there. I don't know what happened. I'm really sorry, but excuse me. I hope that everything is okay with Natalie. She designed this cherry blossom tree. I'll have to add a picture in. I'm sorry. This, I subbed out a lot of colors because I didn't have all the colors at that time. And, oh, this is Vintage Violets. What was the other one then? Pause. Hold, please. Did I write it down? I did not write it down. This is not Vintage Violets. This is something else. What is it? This, I only had the trunk before, and I've got a bunch of pink. Let's see if I can show you well. So, yeah, it's not coming up. I've got all of the pink on the sides of the trunk, pink here, and then I started a block at the top of this design because I wanted to see if I could do it Haid style. There's so much, I'm going to sit back down. There's so much confetti in this project that it hurts. It hurts me to do this. Also, I bought a lot of 16 count fabric and I'm not really that big of a fan anymore. So I much prefer 28 count. It's just easier, 2 strands. Or 1 strand on 20 or 1 strand on 18, but 16 is kind of that in between now. But I have a lot of 16 count, so I'm going to keep going. We'll see if when I pick this up again, dog fur everywhere. If I pick this up again, whether I'm going to continue it or if I'm going to adopt it out and let someone else work on it for fun, because they might enjoy it. And they, of course, would get all of the stuff, all of the flosses and everything. But that's neither here nor there. So that was Sunday. And then Monday was a fun day. Monday, we were watching The Expanse. This is my second time watching it, and I love that show. And so before I tell you all about it, this is the Chinese Zodiac Stitch Along Sal by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Yes. Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And the only things that I had done were the knot in the middle, beautiful knots, and then the rat's feet. And I managed to finish the ox and the rat. Isn't it so cute? I love chibi art, period. But this is just the most adorable. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. Focus, please. So yes, I promise that my little dude has horns. You just can't see it. This is Pulse Stitches fabric, and it's in the color Heirloom. It's kind of a light pinky cream. I didn't bother serging it at the time. I probably should have. And I have the details. This isn't linen. Sorry, this is even weave. I think it's 32 count. Is it 28 count? I can't remember. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love the color. It's fantastic to stitch on. Very easy to see if you're a beginner and you're kind of intimidated by linen. I highly recommend doing even weaves, joblins, Muranos, whatever, because the stitches are even, as the name implies, and you won't have those slubs and stuff that'll kind of mess with your eyes at first. Trust me, I have a project. It's called Hummingbird Bookmark. I don't know if I'm ever going to get back to that. I need to finish that. Okay, so that is it for Mania. So all of the Mania stuff is done. Oh, Friday I worked on my Harry Potter stitch along. I thought that I could do this for one of the challenges, but I ended up falling asleep, and not waking up in time and all this. So, check this out. This is my Stuart Cunningham Cunning Cross Stitch Letters from Hogwarts stitch along. And I'm woefully behind, but I'm not worried about that. So I worked on this here. I did more of the border here where you can't really tell, but the parchment edges have this cream color around the sides. And then I started the divination book. I'm going to do the divination. I think we took a poll a long time ago, and I thought I would do the thestral, but it's just too much stitching. It's completely full coverage, and I don't have it in me to do full coverage on this piece. So I worked on that right there. There you go. Now you can see the edges. So I'm just going to do the parchment as I go on this piece because doing the entire border will take forever. If you're looking for this snake pattern, I'm sorry, it is no longer available. I'm not really even sure what happened. I wish I had gotten the other ones, but by that designer, it's no longer available. I had to take it off of my WIP list. And I am planning on putting Hedwig in here. And I've put that pattern on the WIP list. Prematurely maybe, but I've done it. This is Crafty Kitten's, the CraftyKitten.co.uk, her flagstone color. And it's like a very light lavender gray. Because I didn't want brown fabric. I know it's supposed to be on parchment, but Heike and I decided to do that. And then Heike and Jessie, my two friends, they decided to retire the Stitch Yarn Adventure. I'm looking at you. Right, and then, let me move all this stuff off of her. And then we get to the amazing push that I made. On the 1st of May, the Dark Queen of the Seas Part 9 dropped. Is Part 9? And I did the outline, y'all. I did all of it. I've worked from here. I think I stopped somewhere here. Where was I? No, the whole thing dropped. So it was all of this, all of the outline, everything. I'm not sure if that's right. I'm going to have to double check that. I think I might have messed up a little here because that shape looks wrong. But I wanted to do the outline to make sure that everything matched up. And so far, so good. I did make a boo-boo somewhere up here, but I'm fudging it. It just means that the tail or body is being hidden by this coral just a little bit more than it was supposed to. But that's okay. I can deal with that. No biggie. But yes, this is a lot of stitching. There's 5,500 stitches in this drop in here. This is full coverage. So all of this weird looking eel dude is the body. So yes, This, I was asked last time, this is from Agnes Littleminders on Etsy. She has fantastic needle minders that are made of polymer clay and crystals and everything. She makes them herself. And then this one is from my store. That's Sleepy Galaxy Kitty. So this is, I was not supposed to be focusing on this plans this week, but I do want to finish this drop. I want to prioritize that. Because I just want to feel like I'm staying up to date on it, because I'm falling behind on so many other things. But, you know, in the end, it doesn't really matter. Like, you stitch at your own pace, and sometimes real life gets in the way, and that's all right. But speaking of Etsy and my store, I would like to show you a few of the things that I have available, because not everybody knows that I have an Etsy store, and these are like limited edition. Once we finish prepping all of these, and I say we, but it's actually James. I do all of the packing, the printing and everything. He does all of the manual labor. Once these are gone, we won't be selling them again. We've decided to take the store in a new direction, so this is pretty much your last chance. So I've got ones like Lumos, which is a bestseller. Little hand wand, and it says Lumos. I'm going to leave my hand here so that it stays in focus. These are brand new. This is a yin yang fish. Come on, don't focus on her. There we go. The yin yang fish. I love their cute little faces. Then we have yin yang whales. They're adorable. New is this llama. I haven't had this llama in the shop in a long time. Very limited quantity. Then I have baby Yoda with the cup. And please, yeah, I got these before I realized what was going on. So these are actually going to leave the store very soon. And then I've got Pegalamacorn. If you don't know, Pegalamacorn was like a thing a few years ago that we did in the diamond painting community, inside joke, but it really grew. And then I have this cute fuzzy curly llama. And there's a few other things as well. There are going to be more surprises, and like I said, new things going up. I have the diamond painting pens that are in there that's it. No more diamond painting pens from me. But going forward, I hope to bring more local, ecologically friendly, like environmentally friendly needle minders to everyone. And I'm really excited about it because it's something I've thought about for a long time, and I'm ready to make that change. So thank you so much for having a look. It's rachelraycraft.etsy.com. The link is just down below where you can find all that stuff. Okay, let's talk plans. My plans. Ooh, and I have a giveaway winner as well. My plans for this week. The Mania plans are to work on 2 projects. Oi, I put them really far away. Come on. I put them really far away. First, I'm going to work on Dark Queen of the Sea. This week after today's project is Miss Cherry Blossom by Mirabilia. This is on a beautiful piece of linen that was hand dyed in Italy. She's very wrinkly, but I am at the obi of her back. So I will have before and after pictures up for you on my Instagram when the time comes. I'm excited to do her because she's such a special stitch for me. I think she was the first time that I stitched on like proper linen, and I was so scared. But it's also because this chart is from a friend. Thank you, Linda. I am super happy to get back to her. And then, so this is today's project. This is what I'm going to do, and this is another Lovey More studio bag. And then this is just from one of these, you know, wallet things. This one is called Grazing Sheep. You might remember this from the Mania video that I did, but this is from Grazing Sheep, and this is my very little start. Grazing Sheep from Doreen Jones. And this was in the World of Cross Stitching magazine. Does it tell me? The World of Cross Stitching. It doesn't say exactly, but it was in last year's. I think it was in April or May's issue. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to do that. This is on a beautiful baby blue that was specifically designed, like custom dyed for me from XJU Design on Etsy. And she's very good. She does more solid colors, not modeled, or you know how like Dark Queen is a blend of different colors here. XJU's fabrics are more solid, at least in my experience. So this is tomorrow's, Sunday's project. And after that, Dark Queen of Seas. And I also said for WIP Go, because I'm doing WIP Go, one of the numbers, WIP Go is like bingo for WIPs. And I'm only lightly participating as like a suggestion at the moment because I'm not good at following instructions. I'm really not good at it. I fight against authority at every turn, even myself. So I was planning on working on Wakanda Forever, by Park Hopper Bart. And in my 24 hours of cross stitch monthly planner, I've also written it down. And then, so my focus this week is supposed to be Wakanda Forever. And hopefully I can work on it, but I don't want to focus on it. I want to finish it, but the recipient doesn't mind if it's a little late. And to be honest with you, like, there's just so much stitching in this. I think there's at least like 4,500 stitches left, at least, in this. My friend Heike, Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, has completely finished hers. She is completely up to date, like with the trident and everything. But I'm not. So I need to hurry up. Let's draw the winner for the giveaway. Last time I offered this chart from Bendy Stitchy, the Rolodex Morning Sampler. I hope that you checked out Carla's channel, Rolodex Stitches. And I'm gonna pull up the details and then we'll run the giveaway. So in order to win any of the giveaways that I host on my channel, I just ask that you fill in my Happy Mail form, that you be over 18 and that you fill in the Happy Mail form. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm not gonna show you the screen because it's got very sensitive contact information, but we'll bring up, and if you don't know what I just said, I said but in an Irish accent. It's something that I can't help now, and it's been confusing people. They think I'm saying bush. I'm saying but. I apologize if that caused any confusion. At least I think that's what people are thinking I'm saying. I'm saying but. Bush. All right. So I've got the YouTube video URL. filter duplicate users, filter comments based on the word sampler, which is what I asked you to write if you would like to be entered in to win. To fill in the Happy Mail form, I got 55 unique comments, and we're going to pick a winner. So first I'm going to pick the winner and then check the form to make sure that that person is in my form. We're nearly at the end now. And we've gone up to the top. So no, that person did not fill in the Happy Mail form. So please make sure that you fill in the Happy Mail form. Otherwise, I have to pick another person. I think I have this person because they've been here for a long time. Yes, I do. Okay, so the winner of the Rolodex Morning Sampler pattern is Elmiak. Congratulations. I'm so glad that you won because you've been here for ages and I've loved reading your comments. She says, love your videos. I really like the Grimm's Fairy Tales stitch. It looks really nice. Question, when do you call a cross-stitch pattern a sampler? Does it need to have words or text in it? I've done several cross-stitch patterns, but I don't know if any of them would be classified as a sampler. Ooh, that's a very good question, and I'm not really sure 100%. I think a lot of samplers, they typically have these motifs or like elements in them that makes it a sampler, but I don't know. I'm sure that there are different categories of samplers, like really anything that you create could be considered a sampler. But a lot of people would probably consider the ones with the alphabet and the numbers as a traditional sampler. But then there are ones like Quaker samplers, which just have like geometric shapes and no writing on it that I know of. So I suppose it just depends on the country of origin, or you could probably call anything a sampler these days. Like it's very postmodern, you know. But the simple answer to your question is I'm not sure. Maybe there's someone who could tell us in the comments down below because I'm really uncertain of that. For today's giveaway, I am going to give away another one of my needle minders. So I'm going to go ahead and give one of you one of my llamacorn. If I can get it to focus, I probably can't. One of my llamacorn needle minders. Isn't it cute? Isn't it so cute? All you need to do is write the word needle. It could be needle or needle minder. Tell me what kind of needles you use, what kind of needle minders are your favorite. I will hold one of these and I will give this to the winner. Please make sure that you fill in my Happy Mail form, which is located down below, so that you can get in on the goods. Because like I said, if you don't fill in the form and I pull your name, I can't contact you, so I have to pull another winner. It's just fair. But good luck, everybody. I will see you again next week for a new Flosstube episode. Fingers crossed everything goes well and I can make my goals, and yeah, I'm super excited. I hope that you're excited about your plans this week too. Just remember to take it easy, and sometimes you'll have like really good weeks, like my week this past week was really good. I touched so many different things and I feel like I did make quite a good progress on most of them, except the cherry blossom tree, of course. But some weeks you'll have really great weeks, and then some weeks you won't, and that is okay. We all go through ups and downs. And while you know, my progress looks like a heck of a lot, everything else that was going on with me this week was not exactly positive. So this was my happy place, if that makes sense. So I dedicated a lot more time to stitching than I probably should have, But that's kind of what happens sometimes, you know, you get in a funk, you find your outlet, and that's what you do, and that is okay. Just know that I'm thinking of you. I hope that you enjoy whatever craft that you're working on this week. Please stay safe, be well, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.